Bit late now, but it doesn't matter. It's not any later than the show was originally meant to go out. Okay. It really doesn't want to let me share it in that page. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. Should be all right. Start that there. Right, so, am I sounding all right now? I hope. I can. I've now got the audio in my ears, so I can hear myself. So I'm hoping you can hear me too. Um, let's see, and I'll just share this to my newsfeed, and I'll start actually talking about something. Just got a bit of housekeeping to kick the show off with that I've just spent like 10-15 minutes talking about. With my mic muted, so that's good. This is all. I'll tell you what this is. It's because I'll have muted my mic at the end of the last show when playing the last song and just completely forgot to undo it. In the last show, I didn't have the audio in my ears, so I didn't really notice when I started doing this one. But yeah, okay, so that's that done. Anyway, right, okay, bit of housekeeping. First of all, apologies for the delays in the show. People have been waiting for their tracks to be played since I was like recording the last show, so that's a bit of a shame. But I mean, yeah, the original Saturday just didn't work. The show wasn't really supposed to be like weekly anyway, like even in the original plan. Then the next week, my dad was on nights, and I don't think recording a show makes a lot of noise, but I think it does. It's just being considerate, isn't it? And there was no rush. So here we are, back on a Friday when the shows were originally planned to go out. Tracks are pretty good, so it's nice to finally get them played. Hoping to avoid any more technical issues. We've already had a pretty major one just now. We had quite a few in the last show, which I wasn't able to edit out in the end, which was a bit of a shame. I spent about 2 hours trying to edit out all the dodgy bits, and in the end, it was a bit fruitless, to be honest. I had there was the Musinc, that's MUSINC. They've been doing a lot of rather helpful live streams recently, and in a recent one, Rianne from BBC Introducing was on it. So I asked about artists who are struggling to get their stuff even listened to for like months on BBC Intro at the moment, and she basically said there's just the two of them working on it at the moment, and they're also working on other shows and other stuff. So it's just a case of getting through everything. Obviously, there's probably a lot more stuff out there at the moment with the lockdown as well. So yeah, it's just a case of still submitting your stuff and just being patient, I suppose. In the meantime, you can always like submit your stuff to me, which I will explain how in a moment. And Carl Babin over at Transmission and Paul Kersop at Nova Radio. I've also got a list of about 20 magazines, radios, and just general promoters on Twitter, which I've been using to promote my own stuff. Good segue into this. I've just recently released my first demo under my own name. It's Bendering, Wait in Silence. You can find that all over the place. There's links to it on basically everything. But if you would like to find it, it's Bendering Music stroke Tiger Driver is the Facebook account, the Facebook page. The links are all over the place there. You can't miss it. It'd be lovely if you check that out. It's like kind of dark wave electronic music stuff, very heavily influenced by like Gary Newman, Depeche Mode, and the like. There are some audio issues, but in the end, I just kind of wanted it out. Like the worst one is like the last track I did, amazingly. Even though I spent ages trying to make sure it wasn't peaking, it still ended up peaking if you've got good speakers. If you don't have good speakers, it probably sounds fine. Earphones, it sounds fine. But yeah, it ain't great. Final thing I want to talk about is a new potential show format. I know I just started doing the live shows, and I think this is a much better way of doing it. And I certainly enjoy doing it this way. It makes a lot more sense to do it this way. I think the podcast thing is dead now. I think that was pointless. I think it always may as well have been just a show with like video and stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking about bringing in some more hosts. So we're going to do a demo show on that. And we're going to talk a bit more generally. Like, we're still going to have like local music tracks, but we're going to talk about some other stuff as well, like what TV shows we've been listening to, what we've been up to during the week, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just it's going to be a bit more general. It probably will still feature some tracks. It's not going to feature as many as like these shows are. It'll be back to like the 5 or 6 track thing, and even then we may not actually play all the tracks this time. Like in the future, we might just talk about them and play like a couple of them. But you know, we'll see how that goes. I really hope you will check that out and enjoy that. Give us some feedback on if you think it's good. It's going to feature the boys from Krome, so you can watch the Krome guest show to get a kind of feel for that now. It's very funny. I would recommend it. And we've got one of their tracks to play later on anyway. If you've got any questions about the show or anything like that as we go along, please feel free to ask them in the comments. Finally, last thing I want to talk about is how to get tracks submitted. Email, a link and or a file. Like a link and a file would probably work better, because there's a little bit of, you know, at the moment I'm playing links. Originally I was playing files. Next show we might be playing files again. There's a bit of ambiguity to it at the moment. In this sort of transitional period where I'm trying to work out what to do with the show, it might be easier to just send both. But send them over to either wehaveatechnicalpodcast@gmail.com or to the Salthouse Podcast Facebook page. Now, without further ado, I'm going to play the first track. It's a track by Parole called Red Cadillac. Hopefully this is going to sound okay, but please do let me know if it doesn't. I'm really sorry if it goes wrong for you guys. I'm sure it'll be fine, but my nerves are a bit shot after that. But yeah. So again, this is On Parole with Red Cadillac.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We now like to do a tune. Hit it, Elmo!
Anybody here seen my baby? Left me a short while ago. Has anybody here seen my baby? Left me a short while ago. I saw her sneaking out the back door. I think she's gonna lie low. That woman's got the key to my front door, the passcode for my bank. She's got my credit card, and now I want it back. Has anybody here seen my sweetheart? The last seen running down this road. Does anybody here see my sweetheart? The last seen running down this road. Bankman said he's trying, can't seem to change the code. That woman's got the key to my front door, the passcode for my bank. She's got my credit card, and now I want it back. Does anybody here see my true love? She's got the keys to my Cadillac car. Does anybody here see my true love? She's got the keys to my Cadillac car. She took them from my waistcoat. I hope she hasn't gone far. That woman's got the key to my front door, the passcode for my bank. She's got my credit card, and now I want it back.
So that was really nice. That was really chill. Did it sound all right? Can someone just let me know in the comments if the audio came through okay? That was a really chill way to start things off. I think that was a really nice song. Great video, you know. Okay, so that was On Parole with Red Cadillac. Two musicians from North Shields, Larry Page, and Steve Rudd. Latest album, Old Shoes with New Laces, recorded at Red Tape Music, features 12 original self-penned songs. Genre blues, rock, soul, and funk. Just a very nice, just chill song. That I quite enjoyed that. That was great. Great way to start us off, I think. Yeah, so something occurred to me while I was listening to that. One thing that we did have an issue with on the last show was like the video, like afterwards. I meant to mention this at the start and I completely forgot. The video afterwards of like the saved live video, some of it was muted. I don't know what was muted. I just know some of it was because of copyright. And the reason I meant to say this at the start is because if there's any Facebook people watching, the people on this show not only have I asked for their permission to play their tracks, but they have asked me to play their tracks, just to clarify. So please don't mute us again. That being said, it's probably still going to happen. So you know, if you're watching this as the replay video on Facebook, I would advise following the YouTube link instead. Meant to say that earlier, completely forgot. But yeah, I digress. So that again, On Parole, Red Cadillac, and next we have the Baltics with Carbon Theme Park. This is a very new band, and what we're gonna do here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I'm just gonna play this in YouTube. I was gonna play it in Spotify, but I'm just gonna play it in YouTube. I don't have Spotify Premium because I don't actually use Spotify very much. The vast majority is when I'm doing this. So I don't want an advert to pop up in the middle. That would be quite embarrassing. So yeah, we'll try and limit how many Spotify plays we do. Hopefully we'll get away with it. I feel like with Spotify, they don't actually put the advert every 5 songs. They just put it randomly. So, you know, who knows, might still happen. Anyway, again, the Baltics, Carbon Theme Park. And hope you enjoy it.
Old town, I don't see you frown. You'll never notice what you do with your political crown while we drown. Spectate what you've made. The town's filled up with your fragrant disgrace. I'll drive my car and you just trust me, it won't look out of place. That's the case. It's not a mistake. I'll be rowdy as out in the state of the streets. You didn't get your turn out. How's the view from your Malhale? Bet you can see them on the ground, scratching every fragment they can bear. Where's your mates in the Carbon Theme Park? The swings look empty to me. The lonely coaster you're glued to now will provide you with more than a treat. You pass us by with the shot in your eyes, no wonder you can't see a thing. Breathe it all in, just breathe it all in and let it choke you up till you fly. Till you fly, till you fly, till you fly. It blocks out the light. God knows what's in it, but it doesn't taste right. Nothing's right. Spectate what you made. Now who's who wanna let you out of your cage? on the ground, scratching every fragment they can bear. Where's your mates in the Carbon theme park? The swings look empty to me. The lonely coaster you're glued to now will provide you with more than a treat. You pass us by with the shine in your eyes, no wonder you can't see a thing. Breathe it all in, just breathe it all in and let it choke you up till you fly. Till you fly, till you fly, till you fly. The Carbon theme park, the swings look empty to me. The lonely coaster you're glued to now will provide you with more than a treat. You pass us by with the shine in your eyes, no wonder you can't see a thing. Breathe it all in, just breathe it all in and let it choke you up till you fly. Till you fly, till you fly, till you fly. Till you fly, 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 till you fly.
Okay, that again was the Baltics with Carbon Theme Park. Another lovely song, another quite laid back song. When I originally started listening to this, I was thinking like Joy Division kind of thing. But then as it went on, I was kind of more thinking like a kind of an indie kind of... I'd 100% believe this was a song from the In-Betweeners. You know, like just one of the random songs they chuck on in like transitions in that. Like I would 100% believe it in that. Although in saying that, those bands quite possibly were inspired by Joy Division, so you know. Anyway, right, the Baltics, yeah. So yeah, as I say, a very young band, formed in August 2019. The Baltics are an indie rock band based in Newcastle. 5 lads with shared passion for music, want to bring rock and roll back into the mainstream. Influenced by Oasis, the Beatles, Arctic Monkeys, Nirvana, and Queen. It'll probably be the Arctic Monkeys kind of vibe that is you know the In-Betweeners sort of vibe. There's all their social links and everything. These guys, unless I'm mistaken, they only have 74 likes on this page. They only have 75 likes on this page. So yeah, go give them a like, guys. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. They're probably going to come out with some really interesting stuff. If that's the first effort, they're probably going to do some great stuff, I'm sure. Now we have another little instrumental track from Salthouse Lavish, and this was one of my favourite tracks from the last show. It is called Dem Sirens, and it is from his latest EP, which is called Replace Everything, which just came out. Of course, when he sent me this track, it hadn't come out yet. Now it has come out, so a little bit late there. Never mind. Sorry about that, Andrew. So yeah, we're going to give this a listen. Haven't listened to this one yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be great. The last one was. So yeah, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, I quite like that. I have nothing to compare it to. It sort of caught me off guard when I first started there. Very good track, very interesting, very different to the last one. Let's have a little bit of a look about Salthouse Lavish. We went through this before, but we got a bit of info about the EP here, so we may as well talk about that. Okay, so released today. Okay, wasn't late, bang on, perfect, I'll take it. Replace Everything, now available everywhere you listen to music. Go listen, turn it up. Please don't blow your speakers out and hold me responsible. That's fair. And then you've got your Spotify and Amazon Music options there as well. His previous EP, Generally Optimistic, that was a pretty interesting one. What song did I play off that? You'll have to forgive me, I can't. Something's happening here. Yeah, that was like one of my favorite songs from the last show. But the last show was really strong. Like the songs on that show were like really good. Not that the short songs on the show aren't always really good, just like they stood out a lot. But then again, it might have just been enhanced by me being excited to do the show in this kind of way. Anyway, pardon me. It's too hot for this. Yeah, I regret my life choices right now. This shirt in particular was a mistake. It occurred to me last time that I should wear band shirts when I do this. So I got a Baleful Creed shirt on today. Got one of their tracks playing later on. But last time I just wanted to wear my Roddy Piper shirt. But yeah, not a great choice of attire right now. I'm sweating really bad. My glass of water's nearly empty already, so I'm probably gonna have to like rush out at some point, which would be incredibly rude. Anyway, enough umming and ahhing and rambling on. It is very warm. I can't even have a fan on because obviously that's just gonna interfere. Could have had a fan on while the mic was muted earlier on, but whatever. Anyway, right, okay, stop rambling on. Let's get on with it. This is a track from Grim Lizard, formerly Dark Passenger, and it's called Devil Child. Now, I like being weird, I like asking weird questions, I like stating weird facts, so I'm going to ask a weird question. I don't think anyone from Grim Lizard is watching right now, but if you're watching this back later on, when you were called Dark Passenger, was that named after the Fozzy song? Because originally, you know, I saw this band Dark Passenger, I was like, oh, that's a Fozzy song. And then later on, I discovered that Mark Live, who's the bassist, is quite a big wrestling fan. So I was like, oh, actually, maybe that is what it is. Who knows? So yeah, if you hear that, let me know. This is their song, Devil Child. Let's check it out.
I wanna love you
run wild like a devil.
Lovely. That again. Grim Lizard with Devil Child. Let's have a little bit about them. Oh, that's not much. From the northeast, providing skewed blues to anyone who's listening. That sort of reminds me of a description of Krome I'm going to give later on, which is just from their time on the guest show they did. Yeah, Grim Lizard, they speak for themselves. If you don't know who they are, you've got to go and check them out, I guess. But once you know who they are, they don't need explaining to you. Yeah. Okay. Next thing we have a little acoustic. Oh, first things first. Andrew, you're very welcome for the play. Thanks for sending your song over. Thanks to everyone for sending these tracks over. Got a great show today. Okay, next up we've got Abbie Lince. Abbie Lince acoustic. She's not waiting for me here. She's going. This is a song that was sent over a good couple of weeks ago. It looks like it was released on 2nd of May. So yeah, I don't know how much of a gap there was between the release and when it was sent to me, but that's not great. My apologies. But yeah, this one is called Lost a Part of Me. I can't remember if I listened to this or not. Some of these songs I check out beforehand. Some of them I kind of want to just react to as we're listening to them. So yeah, so it's kind of new to me as well at the same time. But yeah, so we've got Abbie Lince, Lost a Part of Me. I hope you like it.
I look for you in everything that I do, from the clothes that I wear to the curls in my hair. I know they came from you. From the way that I dance to the way that I love, I'll take all my chances, 'cause I'm tough enough. It all came from you. And they say I am strong, but I'm strong because you made me. And they think I'm invincible, that nothing will ever break me. But when I lost you, I lost a part of me too. You're always there for every move that I make, every wrong decision, breakups and heartaches. I can always feel you. Every summer's day and every star in the sky, every white feather, every glass of red wine, they remind me of you. And they say I am strong, but I'm strong because you made me. And they think I'm invincible, that nothing will ever break me. But when I lost you, I lost a part of me too. You gave me faith when I had none. You give me hope when it's all going wrong. I'll survive because of you. So when I feel alone or I'm scared of the dark, I close my eyes and I feel your heart. It's beating in me. They say I am strong, but I'm strong because you made me. And they think I'm invincible, that nothing will ever break me. But when I lost you, I lost a part of me too. Oh, when I lost you, I lost a part of me too.
That was Abbie Lince. Lost a part of me. That was lovely. It's got 12k views, so that's doing very well for itself. Let's have a little look. Bit of a vibe change, wasn't it, from the Grim Lizard song? Oh, we've got nothing new about. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, there's the Abbie Lince acoustic Facebook page. Yeah, if I thought that through a bit better, I would have put her on before Grim Lizards. Admittedly, the back end of this show is quite stacked with kind of quite heavy songs, and the intro, the opening, completely just by how it's worked out, has ended up very laid back, and I think that belonged more in the laid back half, didn't it? Ho hum. Yeah. So Abbie's got a good couple of videos up now, couple of articles and such. Yeah, if you like that song, do check it out. I quite like that song. That was pretty sick. Although I'm not sure pretty sick is the best word to describe it, really. You're very welcome, Abbie. You're very welcome. Thanks for sending that over. So next up. Who's next? Oh, Phantom Radio, of course they are. Forgot my order for a second there. Yeah, okay. So, another track that we've had since the last show, that just turned up slightly late to be on the last show. Well, after I already sort of had a full set. Very interesting kind of synth-driven sound here. It's Phantom Radio, Behind Your Name. Just gonna whack it on, and let's give it a listen.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So say good night to the bad guy.
Okay, that was Phantom Radio with Behind Your Name. And then a couple of seconds of that Grim Lizard song that just started playing at the end there. So, Phantom Radio, one of the best marriages of electronic music I've seen. That was a nice review from Point Blank. They're doing something right. Dynamic instrumentals and competently executed prog sensibilities. Now that's a review from Narc magazine. Now, that's something I thought to say at the start. That little sample from Scarface at the start got them a little bit of a negative review from Narc. In fact, that review from Narc that's written there is a negative review from Narc. That that's just basically saying he hated everything about it, but they must be doing something right if he thought it was worth writing about. I think that's essentially what it said. I don't know. Mike Elliott, Tom Hemblade, Harry Blakemore, Ollie Competus, T-side, Electro post-punk. Sorry. That's more or less it. We've got that song. We've got Kings of the Town. A couple of others. Just bit of trivia for you, since as I was saying a minute ago, I like saying weird things and telling people weird stuff. Unless I'm mistaken, Mike Elliott's Jesus Camp. I was actually going to. I saw an ad before for a when Jesus Camp were around. For they were after a keyboardist, and saw an ad for it, and spoke to Mike. I think I messaged Mike. Pretty sure he messaged me back. We were going to do like an audition. Never happened. Jesus Camp dissolved. But yeah, just a little random fact for you. Okay, so again, Phantom Radio Behind Your Name. Next we have Swears. Oh my god, I'm so warm. That wasn't a segue to this song, but actually it's appropriate. This song is called Warm to the Touch. First single from Swear's debut EP, Seersucker, released May 2020. Okay. Just get rid of that. Here we go.
Dead and not alone. Ooh.
Okay, that was Swears with Warm to the Touch, again from the Seersucker EP, released May 2020, recorded at All Silk recording studio. Did we have someone earlier who's recorded there as well? Was that on Parole? Can't remember. Then we've got Social Links and such. Okay, genre alternative indie rock. I feel like, yeah, drawing influences. I can't talk today. Drawing influences from grunge, punk, doom, and pop. You know, the guitars particularly sound like different things at different times, I feel. But yeah, we've got Joel Clayton, vocals and guitar, George Luca, lead guitar, Stefanos Luca, drums, and Tom Gingell, bass. Screeching guitars, doom-laden beats, and reverb-drenched vocals. Swears are a fuzzy alternative rock band originating from Middlesbrough, and so forth. Great band, very well known in the local scene already. I'm sure you know who they are if you pay attention to the local scene. Yeah, that's more or less everything I think I've got to say about them, except that they were also recently stated as the favourite local band of the next band I have to play, which are Krome. And this is their cover of Alligator Wine. So I'll just crack on with it, and give you a bit of a description of those guys, because they're some characters of their own. We'll talk about them afterwards. So, yep, Krome, Alligator Wine.
Take the blood out of an alligator. Take the lips right up the fish. Take the skin off of a frog and mix it up in a dish. Throw some salt over your left shoulder and count from 1 to 9. Let it simmer for 14 days and you got alligator wine, yeah. It'll make your head boil.
Okay, that again was Krome with Alligator Wine. I thought I'd messed something up there for a second because it had Alligator Wine written on like all three of these tabs. And I was like, what have I done here? And I just realised it was because it was playing. Promise I'm not playing you that 3 times. Don't think I could sit through it 3 times. No. Krome are a great band. I've not got the Facebook open because there wasn't much in there about anyway. So I thought I'd just say, if you want to know more about them, I did do a guest show with them, so you can check that out. It is really funny. In that, I kind of summarised Alec, the lead singer's description of the band's genre as a vague attempt to seem relevant when they can be asked. So yeah. The guest show went really well. The guys were really funny, so they were the first people I sort of thought of when I was thinking of bringing in more hosts for the show. So it will be Alec and Connor from Krome that will be like on the demo show for this new format idea. I'm sure it's going to go very good. Differing levels of enthusiasm from both of them. The conversations with each of them went a bit off the rails very quickly when I was asking them if they wanted to do it. But yeah, very technically sound band, 3-piece band. Alec Petford, Connor Lowe, and Trixie Vajazzle, obviously. So yeah, okay. Coming to the end of the show now. We've only got a couple of songs left. One of these gave me a little bit of a problem because the band Baleful Creed, wearing a shirt for them at the moment. Stand up so you can see the shirt, I guess. That's the Scream decal. One of my favourite bands, to be honest. Just all in all, you know, small bands, large bands. I've got 2 of their albums here. Promise John, if you're watching, I promise I will order the 3rd one eventually. But yeah, you can hear my dog barking downstairs. I do apologise. She's very loud. For such a little dog. Yeah, I will get the 3rd album out at some point. Baleful Creed really are a testament to promoting yourself as a band. Because, for example, I discovered them through a Facebook comment on a Fireball Ministry video, and they've had me for 2 albums, 2 t-shirts. I'll probably need a 3rd t-shirt actually, because this one's getting a bit flaky now. It's a bit of a shame. I really like it, but it's probably time for it to retire. So I'll probably need a new shirt for them as well. The wolf one is so fleecy, it's ridiculous. Doesn't look it, but it is. So, you know, they'll have a 3rd album. So they've made like, what, at least 50 quid off me, or will have at least 50, 60 if I need another shirt. So yeah, one YouTube comment was all that took. And once you're a fan of the band, the guitarist John Allen is going to try and flog you all sorts of stuff all the time, and sometimes it's hard to resist. They've done hip flasks and everything, but I just wouldn't have any use for one. Anyway, right, we'll play one of the songs. Gave me a little bit of trouble because they've only really released one song that they were sort of promoting off the album, which was Southgate of Heaven, which I played on the 8th episode, I think. Whichever one Track Battles was. That didn't go well. So, you know, they kind of told me to pick a song for this one, and I was stuck. I couldn't think of something. But, you know, I was torn between 2 songs, and then when I started listening to it this morning, I knew it was Mr. Grimm all along. So this is Mr. Grimm by Baleful Creed. I hope you enjoy it.
the night up till the brightest lights, and find what hell will tuck you in at night. Here I am, coming for you. You'll hear me sing your song, calling on you, and when I have control, I will decide if it's or is or wrong, or is or wrong.
Okay, that was Baleful Creed with Mr. Grimm. That's what it's called. That's from their new album, The Lowdown. That's just came out in the last couple of months. See if we've got an exact date. Nope, no idea. It's very good. They've got 3 albums out now, as I was saying earlier. This their self-titled debut album, Baleful Creed, I think is an amazing album. It's ridiculously good. I would wholeheartedly recommend you checking that out. Let's have a little look at them. So, up to about 5,000 likes now. That's good. Oh, don't do this to me, Facebook. Okay, so genre's just heavy rock, but I've seen them describe themselves as in a lot of ways. Baleful Creed are a 4-piece heavy rock influenced band from Belfast, featuring a dual guitar team that laid down head-nodding chunky riffs that touch on the stoner rock sounds of Black Sabbath, Danzig and Fireball Ministry, topped off with soulful melodic vocals that are fueled by the stomp of a powerful bass and drum rhythm section. They really do have a great sound. They're, you know, like I say, once you become a fan of them, it's like a cult. It's like being part of a cult. It's like, you know, everybody just loves this band. Like, once you're in their group, their like Facebook group, you know, John Allen comes in, starts trying to flog your stuff. Yeah, sometimes you can't say no. Yeah, he's really good at promoting themselves. Got some past members and stuff. A bit of a description of like their radio appearances and so forth. You've got a lot of options of how to listen to them and so on. Very good band. If you did enjoy that, which I hope you did, please do check them out. I'm not on commission. I wish I was. Maybe I should be. But yeah. Anyway, we've got our final track here today. I thought I'd give the headlining spot to McCormick this week, because, you know, he's been a loyal contributor to the show. This is the 3rd track we've had from him. This is a brand new track. It wasn't actually out when he submitted it. It is now. I think it was released on the 22nd, which is last week. That's the wrong tab. So this is The Secret by McCormick, and hopefully we can get away with this right now.
said, hey, do you want to know a secret? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I've got something on my mind. I've got something on my mind. I need you. 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 I said, hey, do you want to know? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I said, hey, do you want to know? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I said, hey, do you want to know? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I said, hey, do you want to know? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I said, hey, do you want to know? 'Cause I've got something on my mind. I said,
That's lovely. Thank you so much for that submission, Steve. We've played a couple of his tracks now. The first one, The Girl I Knew Before, that got in my Total Tees top 10 for 2019. Let's have a look. McCormick. Okay, pop, rock, acoustic. McCormick is Steve McCormick, a singer-songwriter hailing from the northeast of England, originally a guitarist and songwriter for a number of bands, turned solo in 2009. He released his debut album When Butterflies Attack in the spring of 2010. Second album Goosebumps, which were recorded with award-winning producer Mike Franklin. Both albums received excellent reviews. That's another great track from Steve. I've not heard a single track from him that I didn't love, to be honest with you. So thank you so much for sending that over again. And that's me done. That's it. That's the last track for the show. Now I'm going to go off and try and remember how I downloaded this video last time. Upload it to YouTube, Mixcloud, and share it around. And yeah, well, that'll be my afternoon, I suppose. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, everyone. And try and stay cool as well. It's very, very warm out there today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for submitting. If you'd like to see your track submitted on the next show, again, link and or file do we have a technical podcast at gmail.com and or the Total Tees podcast Facebook page. Thank you again so much. Goodbye.